So as we reach the halfway point, Chloe Himsley still out in front, 2:38.57 at the halfway point. The Sevenoaks swimmer, 6:04.2. The entry time coming into this event. Chloe Robinson currently in second. And over in lane one, Matilda Bartlett from Beckenham currently occupying that third place in the heat. So this first heat is made up of 7 11-year-olds in this heat. Rose Irwin, the youngest in this event, in lane 7, representing RTW Monson. Rose Irwin in lane 7, the only 10-year-old. But at the moment, it's Chloe Himsley who is going really well so far in our opening heat of the weekend. 6:04.2 was her entry time coming into this one. 4:04.58 after the opening 300 metres. So 100 metres to go then for Chloe Himsley of Sevenoaks. So 4:45.68 for Chloe Himsley with 50 metres to go. Just a further reminder, 6:04.2 was her entry time coming into this event. The swimmer from Sevenoaks in lane number 5. She's led from the start. It's been an impressive opening heat then for Chloe Himsley in lane number 5, coming into the final few metres for her then. Final few strokes then for Chloe Himsley in lane number 5, coming in with an impressive time, 5:24.45, smashing her entry time in that opening heat, which is always great to see. Great start then for Chloe Himsley, the Sevenoaks swimmer. And then final few strokes then for our second and third place in this heat. Matilda Bartlett, 5:48.57, also beating her entry time. Chloe Robinson, 5:50.71, also beating her entry time by 7 seconds. So all are 1, 2 and 3, all under that 6-minute mark. Chloe Himsley, followed by Matilda Bartlett, and then Chloe Robinson. So 2 Sevenoaks swimmers in the top 3 in heat number 1. Matilda Bartlett from Beckenham finishing in second spot in the heat. Rose Irwin coming in, also the youngest in this event. 6:32.24 for Rose Irwin, and that concludes heat 1. Heat number 2.
Take your marks.
So we are underway in heat number 2. A full complement of swimmers in this one. All lanes are filled. So in lane 0 from Sheerness we have Maisie Butler. In lane 1 from Bexley, Nancy Jeffries. Lane 2 is Mia Moss from Maidstone. In lane 3, Luna Allen from Bromley. In lane 4 we have Spalek Puchishel from Maidstone. In lane 5, Savannah Errington from Thanet Swimming Club. In lane 6, Taya Kempton from Bromley. In lane 7, Elsie Saphir from RTW Monson. In lane 8, Isla May Sennell from Beckenham. And in lane 9, Sophie Stone of Sevenoaks. So 8 swimmers, 12 years of age, with 2 11 years of age. That's Maisie Butler and Sophie Stone in lane 0 and lane 9 respectively. So the quickest time on paper coming into this one was by Spalek Pusher-Heron. 5:32.2 in lane 4, the swimmer from Maidstone. So as we reach the halfway point, Elsie Saphir, 2:37.74. The RTW Monson swimmer, 5:38.8 was her entry time coming into this event, and she is the current leader at the moment in heat number 2. So as we approach the 300-metre mark then in heat number 2, and still going strong is Elsie Saphir of RTW Monson, the 12-year-old, in lane number 7. She turns 4:02.32. A real cluster of swimmers then, fighting for those second and third spots in this heat. Spalek Puchishel in lane 4. It's followed closely by Nancy Jeffries. Not much separating those two in lanes 4 and 1, but at the moment Elsie Saphir is the leader, and she's led throughout heat number 2 this morning. And she will be the first to turn and head back towards the finishing line. 4:44.94 for Elsie in lane 7. 5:38.8 is her entry time coming into this one. Can she be caught coming into the closing stages? Just keep an eye out over on that far side. Nancy Jeffries going well in lane number 1, but at the moment it's been a very good swim from Elsie Saphir in lane 7 from RTW Monson. There's a real battle on though for that second and third spot. Nancy Jeffries going well in lane 1, about a full body's length ahead of her nearest competitor. But in comes Elsie Saphir, a time of 5:25. Beating her entry time, Nancy Jeffries 5:31.58. Maisie Butler coming in third spot for Sheerness with a time of 5:32.13. But 5:25.01 then for Elsie. That is the time to beat then for the 12-year-olds in this female 400-metre freestyle. And that concludes heat number 2.
This is a test start, swimmers. Take your marks.
This is heat number 3.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 3 then of this event. In lane 0 we have Freya Sherd from Saxon Crown. In lane 1 Jada Yankee from Bromley. In lane 2 from Whitecliffs we have Ava Cook. In lane 3 Erin Davey from Sevenoaks. In lane 4 from Edenbridge we have Ruby Barker. Our next 4 swimmers are all from Bromley. In lane 5 we have Charlesworth. In lane 6 we have Katie Miller. In lane 7 Alice Brooks. In lane 8 Martha Rickard. And in lane 9 from RTW Monson we have Georgia Norley. So a real mixture of ages involved in heat 3, ranging from 12 to 14. Quickest in this one, coming in the entry times, is Ruby Barker in lane 4 from Edenbridge, 5:11.9. And Ruby Barker, 2:30.73 in lane 4. Erin Davey in the lane just to her right at the moment is currently in second spot. Freya Sherd over in the far side of the pool in lane 0 going well. swimmer from Saxon Crown. Well, 5:25.01 was the time to beat, set by Elsie Safir in lane 7 of our previous heat for the 12-year-olds. And it will be Ruby Barker, the only 14-year-old so far to swim in this event, who will set the time in the 14 years. And we also have a number of 13-year-olds as well in this one. They'll be setting the times to beat for the 13-year-olds in this event. Well, 3:51.94 for Ruby Barker with 100 metres to go. The 14-year-old from Eden Bridge, 5:11.9 was her entry time coming into this event. She's the only 14-year-old in the pool in this heat. She will set the time for the rest of her competitors in her age group. That's finals coming up later on in the day. So just a reminder, in the 12 years category, Elsie Safir set that time of 5:25.01, the swimmer from RTW Monson. Ruby Barker turns 4:32.61, heading towards the finishing line. Erin Davey, a couple of seconds behind her. Freya Sherd, just keep an eye out for her in lane 0 as well. As we come into the closing stages, great noise here at the London Aquatic Centre, getting behind the swimmers in the pool. Final few strokes then for Ruby Barker. She will set the time. 5:11.9 was her entry time coming into this event. She is clear of the rest of the pool into the final few strokes. It's close to second and third, with Ruby Barker 5:10.68. It's the quickest time so far of this event, and she sets the time for the 14 years. Freya Sherd, great swim on the outside lane, 5:13.94, the 12-year-old, with the quickest time in the 12 years category thus far. And wrapping up that top three is Erin Davey of Sevenoaks, the 13-year-old, setting the time, 5:14.05. And we move on to heat number 4.
Take your marks.
And we move on to heat number 4 then of this female 10 years and over 400 metre freestyle. Let's introduce the swimmers then, starting in lane 0, representing Sevenoaks. We have Bella Flavin. In lane 1 from Maidstone, we have Isabel May. In lane 2, Penelope Hines of Bexley. In lane 3, Jessica Goodwin of Black Lion. In lane 4 from Bexley, we have Jessica Foch. In lane 5, Ella Kurdar from Orpington. In lane 6, we have Nell Ziki of RTW Monson. In lane 7, Elsie Butler of Maidstone. In lane 8, Rosie Hollands of Dover. And in lane 9, Isabel Savage of Maidstone. So a real mixture of ages then in this heat, ranging from 18 to 12 years of age in this heat 4 of 10. So currently leading the way, Elsie Butler, the 12-year-old from Maidstone, 5:06.9 her entry time coming into this one. Penelope Hines in second, Jessica Goodwin in third in lane number 3. So 4:22.77 for Butler in lane number 7. The 12-year-old from Maidstone. Freya Sherd set the time of 5:13.94 in the previous heat for the 12-year-olds as we come into the final few stages then of heat number 4. It's been an impressive swim from Butler in lane number 7. Final few strokes then for Butler, 4:59.33, under that 5-minute mark for Elsie Butler from Maidstone. Good swim from Butler. She is the quickest out of the 12-year-olds so far in this event. Jessica Goodwin coming in second spot, and Penelope Hines coming in third in lane 2. Heat number 5.
Take your marks.
So moving on to heat number 5 then of this event. In lane 0 from White Oak, we have Isla Turner. In lane 1 from Ashford, we have Tilly Pollard. In lane 2, we have Carly Ramsey from Maidstone. In lane 3, Paris Fairhurst of White Oak. In lane 4 from Orpington OJs, we have Caitlin Tinker. In lane 5, Ruby Waller from Sevenoaks. In lane 6, Anna Hain of Maidstone. In lane 7, Lily Cook of Tonbridge. In lane 8, representing White Oak, we have Mia Armstrong. And in lane 9, Anki Lynn of Orpington OJ. Well, our first entry time under that 5-minute mark is Caitlin Tinker in lane 4, 4:58.52. Quickest entry time so far coming into this event. And we had Elsie Butler in lane 7 of our previous heat, setting that time under that 5 minutes, 4:59.33. Impressive time from Butler in our previous heat. Will that be beaten in heat number 5? Tinker going well in lane number 4, 16-year-old from Orpington OJs. So Tinker still going strong, 2:24.29. However, Ramsey in lane 2, Pollard in lane 1, following closely behind. Ramsey and Pollard, 15 years of age. So with 100 metres to go, it is Ramsey who is ahead of Tinker in lane 2. Just over 0.1 of a second separating those two, currently in lanes 4 and 2. So coming into the final 50 metres then, 0.2 of a second separate Tinker and Ramsey in lanes 4 and 2 as they head back towards the finishing line. 4:59.33 is the quickest time we've had so far in this event, set by Butler in our previous heat, in heat 4. And almost going stroke for stroke here is Caitlin Tinker and Kylie Ramsey in lanes 2 and 4. But is Tinker just getting ahead into the final few strokes? Yes, 4:50. 4:54.01. Just over half a second behind is Ramsey in lane 2, and Paris Fairhurst coming in third spot in lane number 3. But Caitlin Tinker is the quickest in the pool so far, 4:55.01. Heat number 6.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 6 in lane 0, representing Bromley. We have Jessica Long. In lane 1, Chloe Ann Naylor of Maidstone. In lane 2, Sophia Bement of Bromley. In lane 3, Kayla Moran from Black Lion. In lane 4, Aliana Bradshaw from Black Lion. In lane 5, Verity Davidson of RTW Monson. In lane 6, Zoe Tollett of RTW Monson. In lane 7, from Beckenham, we have Isabel Chainer. In lane 8, Millie Atkinson from Greenwich Royals. And in lane 9, Amelia Macy from Black Lion. So 4:54.01, the quickest in the pool so far in this event. And moving into heat 6, all the entry times on paper under that 5-minute mark. The quickest of the lot is Bradshaw in lane 4, 4:55.17, the 17-year-old from Black Lion. The quickest entry time in this heat and so far in this event. And your current leader at the moment, 2:26.98 in lane 6 for Zoe Tollett of RTW Monson, the 14-year-old in heat number 6. Still plenty of time though left in this one. So this is heat 6 of 10. Of this female 400 metre freestyle. And the times, of course, just getting quicker and quicker. And we'll have those finals later on in the day. So with 100 metres to go, 3:45.46 for Amelia Macy in lane 9, the 16-year-old from Black Lion, 4:58.5 entry time coming into this one. Just keep tabs though on that far side of the pool in lanes 0 and 1. Jessica Long, Chloe Ann Naylor going well as we approach the 350 mark in this heat. Who will be the first to turn and head towards the finishing line then? And it will be in lane 2, Sophia Beements from Bromley, the 15-year-old, as the swimmers turn and head back towards the finishing line. Not long to go now in heat number 6, and at the moment it is up for grabs. The quickest time in this heat, 4:54.01, the quickest time so far set by Caitlin Tinker in heat number 5. As we approach the closing stages, this is going to be close in heat number 6. Who's going to touch first at the finishing line? And it is Beeman in lane 2, 5 minutes, 0.42 just ahead of Naylor in lane 1 from Maidstone. And rounding up that top 3 is Amelia Macy in lane 9, the 16-year-old from Black Lion. And that rounds up heat number 6. Heat 7.
Take your marks.
So we are underway in heat number 7. 3 more heats remain after this one, but in heat 7 we have in lane 0 Jessica Perkins, in lane 1 Carmen Jenkins of Maidstone, in lane 2 from RTW Monson we have Julia Elvidge, in lane 3 Daisy Smith of Bexley, in lane 4 also from Bexley we have Emily Petersma, in lane 5 Natasha Brightwell of Dartford, in lane 6 Poppy Taylor of Thanet Swimming, in lane 7 Martha Warner of Bromley, in lane 8 Maisie van der Brug from Saxon Crown, and in lane 9 we have Phoebe Gage from RTW Monson. Once again a real range of ages in this one, from 13 all the way to 17 in heat number 7. .4:53 is the quickest entry time coming into heat number 7, set by Emily Petersma of Bexley in lane 4, 14-year-old. At the moment, though, it is Daisy Smith who is your current leader from Bexley. 4:53.2 was her entry time coming into the 400-metre freestyle. So Petersma still out in front, 2:22.77, just overtaking Daisy Smith. But still plenty more swimming to go in this one, in heat number 7 of 10 in this 400-metre freestyle. So 3:37.76 for Pietersma in lane number 4 from Bexley. She's being chased down though by her nearest competitors. Daisy Smith from Bexley trying to close in on Pietersma in lane 4. As the swimmers approach the 350 metre mark in heat number 7. So Pietersma still out in front. Carmen Jenkins currently in second. Daisy Smith in third. Well, this is an excellent 50 metres, this from Jenkins in lane 1. Is she just starting to overtake Emily Pietersma in lane number 4, coming into the closing stages? Jenkins, 15 years of age in lane 1, Pietersma 14 in lane number 4, and it is Jenkins, 4:49.77 is the quickest in the pool in this heat. Ahead of Emily Pietersma, 4:50.29. Daisy Smith, 4:52.99. But it is Jenkins who's the quickest in the pool in heat number 7. Heat number 8.
Take your marks.
So this is heat number 8 then, including this one. There is 3 more to go in this event. In lane 0 we have Ella Louise Doyle from Greenwich Royals. In lane 1, Isabel Orchard of Bromley. In lane 2, Ella Duncan from Thanet Swimming. In lane 3, Amelia Tovey of Sevenoaks. In lane 4, Kathleen Irwin of Maidstone. In lane 5, Freya Ekstrom of Maidstone. In lane 5, Kelsa Bradshaw of Black Lion. Also from Black Lion in lane 7 is Isabella Arundel. In lane 8, Tyler J. Thomas of Marway Maritime. And in lane 9, Amelia Narkovic of Maidstone. At the moment, it is Bradshaw who is your current leader, 4:49.3 was her entry time, the 15-year-old. .449.77 was set by Jenkins, 15-year-old in heat 7. A mixture of ages in this one, ranging from 18 to 14, including a 12-year-old in Tyler J. Thomas in lane number 8. And in the 12 years category, Elsie Butler, 4:59.33. That time was set in heat number 4. Amelia Narkovic in lane 9. Apologies, Tyler J. Thomas is the 12-year-old in this one in lane number 8. So Bradshaw, 3:35.16 is your leader. Ahead of Duquesne in lane number 2. 14-year-old from Thanet Swimming in lane 2. Can Bradshaw be caught though? The 15-year-old from Black Lion. But just keep tabs on the 12-year-old in lane 8. That's Tyler Jade Thomas. 4:59.33 was set in the 12 years age category in this event by Butler in heat number 4. And coming into the final few strokes then of heat number 8. And it is Bradshaw who comes in, 4:49.25. These times are getting quicker and quicker. Bradshaw, the quickest in the pool and in the event so far. Became 4:51.23, and Doyle over in lane 0 from Greenwich Royals. 4:52.61, but the quickest so far, it's Bradshaw in heat number 8. Heat number 9.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in our penultimate heat of this event. Heat 9, lane 0. We have Madison Notley. In lane 1, we have Danielle Legg from Black Lion. Our next 2 swimmers are from RTW Monson. We have Chloe Edwards in lane 2. In lane 3, we have Reese Huckle. In lane 4, representing Black Lion, we have Abby Outram. And in lanes 5 and 6, also from RTW Monson, we have Lily Della and Bella Jones. In lane 7, Mia Hughes of Bromley. In lane 8, Sophia Stoyanova of Bromley. And in lane 9, we have Ellie Lewis representing Orpington. 4:42.7, the quickest entry time in heat number 9, Abby Outram. In this penultimate heat, heat 9. So can we ask swimmers who are competing in the open 100 metre backstroke, that's event 302, to start to make their way to the marshalling area, as we'll be getting underway with that one in roughly about 10 minutes. That's event 302. If we can ask swimmers who are competing in the open 100 metre backstroke, that's event 302, to start to make your way to marshalling, please. So currently at the moment, Chloe Edwards from RTW Monson are your leader at the moment in heat number 9. Well, Lily Della, 3:30.79, just ahead of Chloe Edwards. About 5/10 of a second separating the pair there in heat number 9. Wow, 4:06.97 as they head towards the finishing line for Lily Della. Can she hold on to that lead? Has she got the momentum to get her over the finishing line in top spot in heat 9? Going well so far, but being put under pressure. Bella Jones in lane 6 going well, but just keep an eye out here in lane number 9 for Ellie Lewis in lane number 9. But it is Lily Della, 4:42.42 ahead of Bella Jones, 4:43.85, and tremendous meters. Heat number 10.
Take your marks.
So in lane number 10 then, in our final heats of this 400 metre freestyle, in lane 0 representing Bromley we have Annie Sanders. In lane 1, Nightingale Ellis of RTW Monson. In lane 2, Jessica Gable of RTW Monson. In lane 3, Cassia Titterton of Bromley. In lane 4, Emily Smith of RTW Monson. In lane 5, Grace Cummings of Thanet Swimming. In lane 6, Lila Fornasia of RTW Monson. And in lane 7, Madeline Hind of RTW Monson. In lane 8, representing Beckenham, we have Lola Burns. And in lane 9, also from RTW Monson, we have Olivia Norley. So at the moment, Emily Smith is currently out in front, the 15-year-old in lane number 4. But putting the pressure on also in lane number 5 is Grace Cummings of Thanet Swimming. .245.31 ahead of Cummings. Roughly about just over 0.6 of a second separating those two. So it's Smith with the quickest entry time on paper coming into this event in lane 4, 4:25.4. So roughly about a second separating Smith and Cummings in lanes 4 and 5. Just keep an eye out as well for Titterton in lane number 3, the 18-year-old from Bromley. As the swimmers will turn for the final time. And it is Smith who has the advantage, just opening up a little bit more, roughly about just over 3 seconds separating Smith and Cummings now. That gap has just opened up more and more coming into the closing stages of this event. And Smith coming into the final few strokes then of heat number 10 will be the quickest in the pool in this heat. 4:25.4 was her entry time. And she's certainly close. 4:27.22 for Smith. Cummings 4:29.42. And here comes Titterton, 4:35.43, and that wraps up your 1, 2 and 3 in heat number 10. Smith followed by Cummings and then Titterton in lane number 3.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
We now move on to event 302. This is the open 100-metre backstroke, heat 1.
Take your marks.
So we are underway then in the open 100-metre backstroke. This is heat 1 of 14 in this event. Only 3 swimmers though in the pool then for our opening heat. 2 11-year-olds, 1 10-year-old. In lane 3 we have Matthew Preston of Bromley. In lane 4 Albert Mack And in lane 5, you have Seth Massam of Sevenoaks. So all these swimmers in the pool, these three have all set entry times of the 1:36 mark. Only 0.3 of a second separating these three in the entry times. So we're going to be as close in the pool in heat number 1. Over 25, well, under 25 metres now to go into the closing stages. And nothing really to separate Albert Mack and Seth Massam. Mack is the 10-year-old in the pool in this one in heat 1. Mack just ahead of Massam in heat number 1. 131.69 for Mack, 132.43 for Massam. And Preston comes in 134.66. All three swimmers beating their entry times in heat 1. Heat number 2.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 2. In lane 1, we have Michael Nashev. In lane 2, Lenny Lewis. In lane 3, Oliver Freya. In lane 4, Theo Lovell. In lane 5, we have Maron Durdovic. In lane 6, Philip Thomas. In lane 7, Jacob Coleman. And in lane 8, Ben Crane-Tingle. So 131.69 was set by Albert Mack, the 10-year-old for Greenwich Royals. Maron Durdovic is the only 10-year-old in the pool in this one. The rest of the pool made up of 11 years. So the final few strokes then in heat number 2. And it's looking good over in lane number 2 for Lenny Lewis, 128.17 for the 11-year-old. He is the quickest in the pool then in heat number 2, 128.17 for Lewis in heat number 2.
Ladies swimmers, please hold the lane ropes with both hands.
Heat 3.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 3. These heats will fly by and get quicker and quicker as we move through the event. In lane 0, we have George Gummer. In lane 1, we have Eli Ginn. In lane 2, we have Stanley Preston. In lane 3, Harry Staveley. In lane 4, Ivan Gulick. In lane 5, Gabriel Jones. In 6, George Monks. In 7, we have Leo Heath. In 8, Charlie May. In lane 9, we have James Crissell. And Ivan Kulik was the leader at the halfway point as they head back towards the finishing line. Eli Ginn in lane 1 doing well to put the pressure on. But at the moment, Ivan Kulik is your leader. 128.17 was set by Lenny Lewis, the 11-year-old. Ivan Kulik is also in that 11 years category. And that well, we'll get confirmation of those results very shortly. And there are the confirmed results up on the screen. 120.48 for Ivan Kulik in lane 4. Heat number 4. So 120.48 set by Ivan Gulick in lane number 4 of our previous heat from Tonbridge, the 11-year-olds. As we move into heat number 4, in lane 0, we have Noah Jones. In lane 1, we have Callum Guillen. In lane 2, we have Gabriel Pereira-Gill. In lane 3, Lawrence Scott. In lane 4, Rohan Andrews. In 5, Alex Scott. In lane 6, Rocco Palin. In lane 7, Dominicus Galintis. In lane 8, we have Kai Ingerfield, and in lane 9, Felicia Brady. As the swimmers head towards the finishing line, 25 metres to go. Looking good on the outside lane, isn't it, at the moment for Noah Jones of Edenbridge, the 11-year-old. Over in lane 0, but just keep tabs also in lane number 6 for Palin from Dartford, the 11-year-old. 120.48 was the time to beat set in our previous heats, and it's a really good swim. 120.13, just ahead of Ivan Kulik in our previous heats. In the 11 years category, Rocco Palin, the quickest in the pool in this one. 120.13 for the Dartford swimmer.
Hold the lane ropes, both hands.
Heat number 5.
Take your marks.
And we are off in heat number 5. In lane 0, we have Ashton Platts of Dover. In lane 1, Phoenix Clary. In lane 1, from RTW Monson. In lane 2, James Rankine of Bexley. In lane 3, Lucas Bond of Orpington. In lane 4, Arthur Driver of Bromley. In lane 5, from Beckenham, we have Maxim Andrelkovics. In lane 6, Ho Xing Yao of RTW Monson. In lane 7, Billy Birchmore of Orpington. In lane 8, from RTW Monson, we have Jax Marshall. And in lane 9, Jacob Rust of Herne Bay in lane number 9 as the swimmers turn. Finishing line in sight for the swimmers in heat number 5. And it's certainly close. As I look across the pool, nothing really much to separate the swimmers as we come into the closing few metres then of heat number 5. This might have to go to our scoreboard at the diving pit end to decipher who is your 1, 2 and 3 in heat number 5. It's certainly very close between a cluster of swimmers, but it is Arthur Driver who is the quickest. The only swimmer under that 120 mark, 119.15 for Driver. Good swim from the Bromley swimmer.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes, both hands.
Phoenix Clary in lane 1, occupying that second spot. Ho Xing Yao in third in heat number 5. Heat number 6.
Take your marks.
And we're underway in heat number 6. In lane 0, we have Elliot Hogman. In lane 1, Oliver Carr. Jake Mock is in lane 2. Dane Rawkins is in 3. In lane 4, Oliver Ratchford. Ariane Bisht is in lane 5. Thomas de Cruz in lane 6. Romeo Ball in 7. Leo Maros is in lane 8. And in lane 9, Alexandra Mirovsky. And Oliver Ratchford, 13-year-old from Sevenoaks, out in front. 119.15 was set in the previous heat by Arthur Driver, the 13-year-old. Ratchford is in that same age category, coming in with a time of 112.37. Quickest in the pool so far, and certainly in that 13 years age category. Only time under that 113 mark. Good swim from Oliver Ratchford from Sevenoaks.
Hold on to the lane ropes with both hands.
Heat 7.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat 7. In lane 0 we have Wyn Williams. In 1 we have Charles Williams. In lane 2 Daniel Mexenes. In lane 3 George O'Connell. We have Harrison Wilkins in 4, Ben Tusson in 5, Thomas Love in 6, James Kennerall in 7, Owen Bates in 8, and Hao-Min Du in lane 9. A real mixture once again of ages in this one, ranging from 15 to 13. Harrison Wilkins, the quickest in the pool in terms of entry times, 1:11.7 coming into this one. And final few metres then in the pool in heat number 7. Looking good on this near side in lanes 8 and 6. Owen Bates in 8, Thomas Love in 6. And it is Love who's just ahead of Bates in lane number 8. Thomas Love, 1:10.36. These times are just getting quicker and quicker as we move throughout the heats. 1:10.36 set by the 14-year-old from Beckenham. Brilliant swim from Thomas Love.
Testing. Okay. It was, yeah, good.
Heat number 8.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 8. In lane 0, Jai Rua. In lane 1, Luca Russo Grindley. In lane 2, Ayatunde Dauda. In lane 3, John Whitcomb. In lane 4, Ben Negus. Hayden Sanders is in 5. Amir Olakan is in 6. Lucas Sanders in 7. Tristan Linder in 8. Charlie Braid is in lane number 9. And already only metres away from the finishing line. And it's a strong swim by Hayden Sanders, the 13-year-old from Bromley, 1:06.23. Well, at the moment, these times are getting quicker by about 4 seconds in each heat. And another really good swim, this time from Hayden Sanders, 1:06.23.
Thank you, swimmers.
It
Please
is
hold on to the
certainly
lane
blink
ropes,
and
both
you'll
hands.
miss it stuff here at the London Aquatic Centre. Brilliant stuff from Hayden Sanders, 1:06.23. Heat number 9.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 9, 1:06.23 set by Hayden Sanders in our previous heat. These times are getting quicker and quicker. In lane 0 we have William Larter. In 1 we have Macaulay Johnston. Then we have Lanwei Tiandada. Then Edward Williams, Harry Baster, Avia Curtis, Rohan Bissett, Dara Brady, Ethan Bird, Otis Goldthorpe. And that is your swimmers in the pool then for heat number 9 as they turn at the halfway point. And it was Macaulay Johnston who was the quickest at the halfway mark. The 18-year-old from RTW Monson. Can he keep hold of his advantage into the closing stages? Under 20 metres to go now in heat number 1. William Larter just ahead as I look across the pool as they come past me here into the final few stages. Who's going to take this one in heat number 9? And it is in lane 3, Edward Williams, the 15-year-old, with a time of 1:09.37. That early time in that one under the 1:10 mark. William Larter in second spot, with Otis Goldthorpe in third in lane 9 in heat number 9. Heat number 10.
Take your marks.
So heat number 10, as the swimmers are already facing up to the finishing line. Not long to go there in heat 10 of 14 in this event. We have flown through the heats. And going well over in lane number 3, Thomas Ellershaw, the 14-year-old from Sevenoaks, 1:06.56. Another really quick time then here in this event. And that was set by Thomas Ellershaw, 1:06.56, the 14-year-old from Sevenoaks. Heat 11.
Take your marks.
So just before we introduce the swimmers then in heat number 11, confirmation of your results from the girls 400 metre freestyle. And a huge congratulations for your open and junior winner from RTW Monson, Emily Smith, 4:27.22. Congratulations, Emily. That is a brilliant result. 4:27.22 for the RTW Monson swimmer, your girls 400 metre freestyle open and junior winner. So closing stages then of heat number 11, and it's looking good for Oliver Good in lane number 2, coming in with a time of 1:07.09. The Beckenham swimmer, the 15-year-old, the quickest in the pool in that one. Ahead of Charles Bryce and Daniel Harding in lanes 5 and 3. Oliver Good, 1:07.09. Heat 12.
Take your marks.
So we're underway then in heat number 12. 3 heats remain, including this one. In lane 0, we have Montanari Brown. In lane 1, Jude Odysseys. In lane 2, Max El Mohakadam. In lane 3, Oscar Collier. In lane 4, Aaron Bissett. In lane 5, Marcus Richards. We have Tate Pitchy Cooper. In lane 6, Finley Gillam. In 7, Alexandra Tollett. In 8, and Aubrey Armada Bennett in lane number 9. Once again, a real mixture of ages in this one, ranging from 16 to 18. And our first entry time under that 1 minute mark set by Bissett in lane 4, 58.78 coming into this event in heat number 12. And at the moment, he is going well, the 16-year-old from RTW Monson. It won't be under 1 minute, but it's an impressive time so far. 1.98 for Bissett ahead of Richards in lane number 5.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes with both hands.
Heat 13.
Take your marks.
And we're underway in our penultimate heat of the event. In lane 0, we have Alex Usman. In lane 1, Hayden Annan. In lane 2, David Allen. In lane 3, Jeremiah Carnegie. Oliver Pope is in 4. Vince Mock is in 5. Tom Hawkins is in 6. Michael Banks is in 7, Albert Brooks is in 8, and Sonny Leiderman in lane number 9. As the swimmers turn at the halfway point, it is Pope who is leading. He is under that 30 seconds, 29.25. The only swimmer under that 30-second mark after the opening 50 metres, and already the finishing line is in sight. Can Oliver Pope just hold on to that advantage that he's held throughout this heat? It's looking good so far for Oliver Pope. The 19-year-old is ahead of the rest of the pool and comes in with a time of 59.76, the quickest time so far. Time under that 1 minute mark. Oliver Pope ahead of Tom Hawkins, 101.76, the 17-year-old, and Carnegie coming in a 15-year-old, the time of 101.89. Impressive time for Jeremiah Carnegie. Heat 14.
Take your marks.
So this is heat 14, our final heat of the event. In lane 0 we have James Sugru, in lane 1 Brian Dinev, in lane 2 Thomas Long, in lane 3 Caden Hill. In lane 4 Dennis Milakovsky, 5 Archie Hawkins, 6 Henry Norman. We have Jack Brown in 7, Joshua Hill in 8, and in lane 9 Nikita Mitrovenko. So final few strokes then in heat number 14. And it's a really strong swim from Milakovsky in lane number 4, 58.37. Over a second quicker of Oliver Pope in the previous heat. That was set 59.76. 58.37 then. A really good time set by Milakovsky in lane number 4 in our final heat of the event. We now move on to event 303. This is the female 100 metre breaststroke, heat 1.
Testing, testing. Oh, I've got it's back. See how long it lasts. Take your marks.
And we are underway then in event 303. This is the female 100 metre breaststroke. And just the 3 swimmers involved in heat 1 of 16 in this event. In lane 3 we have Jemima Rudd-Jones of RTW Monson. In lane 4 Elizabeth Fowd of RTW Monson. Abigail Lewis is in lane 5 from Eden Bridge. So heat 1 of 16 then in this event. And coming into the closing stages then, Elizabeth Froud coming in 0. Well, in comes Jemima Rudd-Jones, the SB14 swimmer from RTW Monson. We'll get those confirmed times for you as soon as possible from our opening heat. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
And off we go then in heat number 2. A mixture of ages in this one from 10 to 11 years. In lane 0 we have Thea Doyle, then in lane 1 Eugenia Harvey, in lane 2 Matilda Bartlett, in lane 3 Jasmine Sheeta Bay, in lane 4 Lisa Shitnikova, in lane 5 Evie Van Beers, in lane 6 Olivia Healy, in lane 7 Layla Saliba, in lane 8 Anna Collins, and in lane 9 Safia Shatrivedi. So I have confirmation of our finalists. I'll read them out as we go through the heats. This is from the open 100 metre backstroke in the 10 to 11 years age group. We have Leo Heath, Lenny Lewis, Eli Jin, Noah Jones, Rocco Palin, Ivan Kulik, Jax Marshall, Kai Ingerfield, George Monks and Harry Staveley. Gabriel Jones and Oliver Freer are our reserve finalists. If we can ask coaches to confirm your swimmers' participation in the finalists, that would be very, very much appreciated, so we can get the finals start sheets set up and ready as we turn our attention back to the pool in heat number 2. Closing stages of this one, and it is in lane number 8 Anna Collins from Herne Bay, the 11-year-old, coming in with a time of 1:44.07.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes.
Heat 3.
Take your marks.
So just some more confirmation of our finalists for the open 100 metre backstroke. This is in the 12 years category. Gabriel Pereira Gill, Lawrence Scott, Ho Xing Yao, Romeo Ball, Thomas de Cruz, Dane Rawkins, Phoenix Ferry, Rohan Andrews, Alex Scott and Dominika Skalnitis. So I just have confirmation of a disqualification from our previous heat. It is in lane 5 from our previous heat. DQ for a technical infraction in lane 5 of our previous heat. And just turning our attention back to the pool in heat number 3. And it's certainly close in lanes 2 and 3. Charlotte Rogers and Alice Jarvis almost going stroke for stroke. And it is Jarvis who is just about 0.2 of a second ahead of Rogers in lane number 2. 141.63 then for Alice Jarvis in lane number 3.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes.
Heat number 4.
Take your marks.
I just want to warn coaches that you have until 11 to make any withdrawals for these finals for the open 100 metre backstroke. In the 13 years age group, we have Elliot Hogburn, Alexander Milkovsky, Harrison Wilkins, Charlie Braid, Hayden Sanders, William Lartner, Oliver Ratchford, Jake Mock, Oliver Carr and Leo Maros. In the 14 years age group, we have Lando Tiendara, Thomas Love, Otis Goldthorpe, Ayotunde Dowda, Thomas Ellishaw, Henry Shepherd, Damien Dadkov, Rohan Bissett, Tristan Linder and Ben Negus. In the 15 years age group, we have Owen Bates, Edward Williams, James Wright, Oliver Good, Jeremiah Carnegie, Joshua Hill, Albert Brooks, Thomas Aitkins, Aaron McKagan and Dara Brady. And in the 16 years age group, we have Harry Baster, James Belton, Aubrey Armada Bennett, Max El Mohaddam, Aaron Bissett, Michael Banks, Oscar Collier, Daniel Harding, Lewis Head and Joshua Scanlon. And in the 17 years and over, we have Tate Pitchy Cooper, Vince Mock, Thomas Long, Henry Norman, Denis Milakovsky, Oliver Pope, Thomas Hawkins, Brian Dinev and Marcus Richards and Jack Brown. And just confirmation that you have until 11, that is in 5 minutes, to withdraw any of those swimmers from those finals as we turn our attention back to the pool. This is heat 4 of the female 100 metre breaststroke, and it's a strong swim in lane 4 for Iona Winfrith of Tonbridge. Time of 1:36.78, the quickest in the pool in heat number 4.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes.
Heat number 5.
Take your marks.
So once again, just for coaches, you have a couple more minutes. You have till 11 if you want to withdraw any of those swimmers from the open 100 metre backstroke finals. They will be later on in the day. So heat number 5 of 16 in this event. We have Elizabeth Sanders in lane 0. In lane 1, Ifemiya Serena Odaya. And then we have Anya Agrawal, Caroline Jobke in 3, Azel Ong in 4, Charlie Hall in 5, Luna Allen in 6, Autumn McCain in 7, Taya Kempton in 8, Isla Owen is in lane number 9. So 25 metres to go then in heat number 5. Coming into the closing stages then, and it's a good final push in lane number 5 from Hall. In lane number 5, can she just get ahead of Sanders in lane 0? No, she can't. It's a great swim from Elizabeth Sanders in lane 0, the 12-year-old from Greenwich Royals, 132.19. Heat number 6.
Take your marks.
So underway in heat number 6. In lane 0 we have Isabella Brown, and then we have Jessica Churchill, Jada Yankee, Isla Daly Allison, Sonia Yang, Smalek Butcher-Geron, Amelie Fairhurst, Eloise Clark, Ella Jenkins, Ayana Williams. So 25 metres to go then. It's certainly close. Across the pool, coming into the final few stages then. In lane number 6, it's looking good, and it is for Amelie Fairhurst, the 12-year-old. 129.83 is the quickest in the pool in heat number 6.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side. Thank you, swimmers. Clear the pool by the side.
Heat number 7.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 7. In lane 0 we have Rosie Hollins, then Billy Malak. In lane 2, Chloe Shu. Isabel May is in 3. Martha Rickard in 4. Amelia Fisher in 5. Isabel Healy in 6. Rihanna Yankee in 7. Ruth Allen in 8. Jian Yang in lane number 9. So the RTW Monson swimmer in lane 1, Billy Ballack in lane 1 is the moment the leader at the halfway point. Coming into the closing stages then. And it is Martha Rickard, 126.31, who is the quickest in the pool in that one. In lane number 4, the swimmer from Bromley, 126.31.
Thank you, swimmers. Thank you, swimmers. Lane ropes, please.
Heat number 8.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in heat number 8. In lane 0 we have Esme Cawthorne in 1, Isabel Savage. Then we have Eridin Sola Adafun in lane 3, Mary Charlesworth. Holly Calvert is in 4, Olivia Norley in 5, Aliana Bradshaw in 6, Eva Kane in 7, Erin Davey in 8, and in lane 9, Ella Ramsey. As they turn at the halfway point, and it is Savage who is leading. So 25 metres to go then in heat number 8. And Olivia Norley going well in lane number 5. The 14-year-old from RTW Monson comes in with a time of 121.76. Ahead of Ava Kane in lane number 7, 125.96. But the quickest in the pool, Olivia Norley in lane number 5, 121.76 in heat 8. Heat number 9.
Take your marks.
So into heat number 9 then. In lane 0 we have Lottie Kane, then Ellen Duncan. Mia Southon is in 2, Alex Bruggemeyer in lane 3, Jessica Long in 4, Orla Sanders in 5, Madison Hinton in 6, Lola Borneur in 7, Cardona Zapata is in 8, and Caris Bond is in lane number 9 as we reach the halfway point of heat number 9. It is Bruggemeyer who is currently out in front in lane number 3. The Beckenham swimmer, 125.4 was her entry time coming into this one as they turn and head towards the finishing line. Well, the atmosphere is just starting to ramp up even more here at the London Aquatic Centre. Kent County Championships 20 24 as we come into the closing stages then of heat number 9. Alex Brugmeier, the 15-year-old from Beckenham, 125.4, but it's close at the moment. The second and third spots in heat number 9, but Brugmeier comes in 123.38. Leona Borner comes in second spot, 125.07. And then Orla Sanders, 125.01 is your 1, 2 and 3 in heat number 9.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes.
Heat number 10.
Take your marks.
So as we come into the closing stages then of heat number 10. At the moment, as I look across the pool towards that far side in lane 1, looking good for Katie Miller from Bromley in lane number 1. Will she be stopped as she comes into the closing stages? No, she won't. 123.39 for Miller in lane number 1. The 13-year-old from Bromley also beating her entry time as well coming into this event. And that wraps up heat 10.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes. Hello. Hello.
Heat number 11.
Hello? Yep. Okay. Take your marks.
Now, before we turn our attention to heat number 11, we've got a very special announcement. Make some noise as we have a new British record that was broke here in this event from Heat 4. Iona Winifrith in the breaststroke, SB7 swimmer, a British record of 136.78. Make some noise for Iona Winifrith, a new British record holder, 136.78. Now on to heat number 11. And as we approach with 25 metres to go in heat number 11. It's certainly close as I cast my eye across the pool. At the moment, it's looking good in lane number 6 for Jessica Goodwin. In lane number 6, just into the final few strokes for her in the silver swimming cap of Black Lion, the 18-year-old, coming in with a time of 1:21.68. Ahead of Daniela Coles in lane number 8, who comes in second. Isabel Campbell wraps up that top 3 in lane 7.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on
but
to
it
the
is
lane
Jessica
ropes,
Goodwin, 1:21.68, who's the quickest in heat 11. Heat 12.
Take your marks.
So as we move on to heat number 12, in lane 0 we have Bella Jones, then Grace Holmes, Louise Taylor, then Tabitha Bonner, Olivia Cooley, Nightingale Ellis, Lisa Howard, Gobisha Mahendra Kumar is in 7, Holly Bredsmore is in 8, and Danielle Legg is in lane number 9. And at the halfway point, Olivia Cooley, 37.79, is out in front after the opening 50 metres as the swimmers head back now towards the finishing line. So Tabitha Bonner in lane 3, Olivia Cooley in lane 4. Cam Bonner just apply that pressure on Cooley in lane 4 into the final few strokes then of heat number 12. Cooley has led from the front. She was leading at the halfway point and she wins the heat. 1:21.61 ahead of Tabitha Bonner. 1:22.78. Just over a second then separating those two in lanes 4 and 3. And here's Olivia Cooley, 1:21.61, the quickest in heat 12. Heat 13.
Take your marks.
So heat 13 then of 60 in this event. In lane 0 we have Jessica Perkins, then Amelia Tovey, Jessica Everett, Lola Bowra is in 3, Amelia Ashton in 4, Poppy Taylor in 5, Imogen Gambrill in 6, Daisy Draper in 7, Mae Davis in 8, and Esme Stanley is in lane 9 as the swimmers turn at the halfway point. Poppy Taylor leading the way, 37.34 after the opening 50 metres. Can she hold on to that advantage coming into the closing stages of heat number 13? 25 metres to go then in the pool in heat 13. And Poppy Taylor still has that advantage, a full body's length ahead of her nearest challenger, Amelia Ashton, Lola Bowra and Jessica Everett just trying to apply that pressure. But at the moment, Poppy Taylor on course to be the quickest in the pool, and she is, with a time of 1:19.95 ahead of Lola Bowra in lane 3, 1:22.4. And then wrapping up that top 3, Jessica Everett, the time of 1:22.5. But Poppy Taylor is the quickest in the pool in heat 13. Heat number 14.
Take your marks.
So underway in Heat 14 and already at the halfway point, Abby Nelson leading the way, 15-year-old from Greenwich Royals, 119.9 was our entry time coming into this one as they turn and head back towards the finishing line. So 2 more heats remain after this one in event 303. This is the female 100-meter breaststroke. Final few strokes and looking good in lane 4 for Josephine Lawn. As we wait for those confirmations of the times, all the swimmers are in. We'll get those confirmed times for you up on the scoreboard as soon as possible for you. And there we go, confirmed results up on the board. 1:15.67 for Josephine Lawn in lane 4. Heat 50.
Take your marks.
So we are nearing the end of event 303. Could we just remind swimmers who are competing in our next event, that is the Open 200-meter butterfly. Just start to make your way to marshalling, please. If you are competing in event 304, that is the Open 200-meter butterfly. Can you start to make your way to marshalling, please, so we can get the next event up and running promptly. And currently at the halfway point, it's our 400-meter freestyle Open and Junior winner, Emily Smith, who's leading the way. Can she hold on to that lead in our penultimate heat of this event? Smith's got a good advantage here. Well, Smith comes into this one 1:12.79 was her entry time, and she comes in 1:12.92. Good swim for Smith. And Lee comes in 1:16.54. And Scarlett Davey wraps up that top 3 in our penultimate heat of the event.
Thank you, swimmers. Please hold on to the lane ropes.
Heat 16.
Take your marks.
So heat number 16 then of this event, our final heat of the event. We have Ella Redford in lane 0, Zoe Tollett in 1, Jessica Evans in 2, Harry Neal in 3, Imogen Miles in 4, Natasha Greer in 5, Olivia Quiller in 6, Charlotte Field in 7, Erin O'Hara in 8, and Isla Ross is in lane number 9. It's been a really strong swim in lane number 4 for Imogen Miles, the 15-year-old from Sevenoaks, 1:11.08 was her entry time. She comes in 1:13.16. Olivia Quiller comes in second spot in lane 6. And then wrapping up that top 3, Natasha Greer in lane number 5. But it's a good swim from Imogen Miles, 1:13.16. And that wraps up event 303. Next up, it's event 304. This is the open 200-meter butterfly, heat 1.
Take your marks.
So we are underway in our first heat of 7 in this open 200-meter butterfly. In lane 1, we have Oscar Spur of Beckenham. Oliver Freer is in lane 4 from Folkestone. In lane 5, we have Lenny Lewis of Saxon Crown. All these swimmers are 11 years of age, only the 3 in the pool, and it's Lenny Lewis who is leading after the opening 50 metres from Saxon Crown. 3:51.6 was his entry time, 3:45.4 entry time for Freer in lane 4, and Oscar Spur 4:01.10 was his entry time coming into this one. So our first butterfly event of the weekend, a open 200-metre butterfly. Of course, then we'll conclude our opening session of the weekend with our finals. Well, Lenny Lewis remains your leader at the moment. So we have confirmation of our finalists for the female 100-metre breaststroke. In the 10 to 11 years, we have Eliza Schmachaj, Alice Jarvis, Lila Gibb, Afioma Selin Odaya, Charlie Hall, Anya Agarwal, Autumn McCain, Isabel Helderson, Charlotte Rogers and Annie Allen. Now just a reminder that you have until 11:44 to make any withdrawals for the finals of this event. In the 12 years category, we have Spalek Butchiarin, Isla Daly Allison, Sonia Yang, Isabel Healy, Eva Kane, Martha Rickard, Emily Fairhurst, Ruth Allen, Esme Crawthorne, and Jada Yankee. In the 13 years, we have Lily Bayek, Chloe Hsu, Holly Calvert, Katie Miller, Olivia Quiller, Jessica Evans, Lola Bornier, Isabel Savage, Amelia Fisher, and Jessica Long. And final few strokes then for Lenny Lewis in our opening heat of the Open 200 metre butterfly. 3:28.43 for Lenny Lewis. Smashing his entry time in this event is Lenny Lewis. Oliver Freer comes in with a time of 3:43.97, also beating his entry time, as does Oscar Spur as well in lane 3. So well done to all three swimmers, smashing their entry times in heat number 1. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
So in the 14 years age group in the female 100 metre breaststroke, we have Amelia Ashton, Emma Whiffin, Olivia Cooley, Zoe Tullett, Josephine Lawn, Larry Williams, Isla Ross, Olivia Norley, Lola Barra and May Davis. In the 15 years age group, we have Daniela Coles, Jessica Hsu, Poppy Taylor, Abby Nelson, Emily Smith, Imogen Miles, Cara Neal, Mia Hughes, Tabitha Bonner and Lily Della. As for the 16 years age group, we have Ruby Waller, Nightingale Ellis, Jessica Everett, Olivia Dunn, Scarlett Davey, Molly Fordyce, Louisa Pollard, Charlotte Field, Danielle Legg and Kyla Daly Valverde. As for the 17 years and over, we have Amy Connor, Ella Louise Doyle, Leah Watson, Natasha Greer, and Lee Molly Lown, Chloe Disaredo, Jessica Goodwin, Nicole Quiller and Erin O'Hara. And at the halfway point, it is Ewan Kane who is leading the way in heat number 2. The 14-year-old from Erith District, 2:55.8 is entry time coming into this one. And just confirmation for our coaches that you have 3 minutes to withdraw your swimmers from the female 100 metre breaststroke finals. 3 minutes to withdraw any swimmers from the female 100 metre breaststroke. Well, that concludes that heat. Ewan Kane coming in 2:41.38 is the quickest time in heat number 2. 2:41.38. George Beersmore coming in third spot with Harry Gibb taking second in heat number 2.
you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes. Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
Moving on to heat number 3.
Take your marks.
So I've been handed a very important list of all the winning numbers from the raffle that was hosted by Bromley Swimming Club. And we have the numbers here for you. It is 1, 8, 12, 26, 31, 59, 67, 72, 93, 99, 110, 115, 129, 131, 151, 156, 160, 202, 219, 231, 246 and 259. Those are the winning numbers from the raffle that took place this morning. So 1, 18, 12, 26, 31, 59, 67, 72, 93, 99, 110, 115, 129, 131, 151, 156, 160, 202, 219, 231, 246 and 259. And at the halfway point, Oliver Beckwith is leading the way in this one in lane 6 in heat number 3. The 14-year-old from Black Lion, 240.10 was his entry time coming into this one in lane number 6. Can he hold on to that advantage as they approach the 150 mark of heat 3? This is the open 200-meter butterfly. $152.75 for Oliver Beckwith. As they come into the final stages then of heat number 3. $25 meters to go then. And it's looking good in lane number 6 for Oliver Beckwith, the swimmer from Black Lion, 240.10. He is well ahead of the rest of the pack in heat number 3, and he is going to be the quickest in the pool. 233.35. I do apologise. Thomas Love in lane number 7. Fantastic 50 metres from Thomas Love in lane number 7. And over on that far side, Harrison Wilkins in lane 7 from Maidstone, the 13-year-old. 2:45.40 was his entry time, comes in 2:43.
Thank you, swimmers. Please hold on to the lane ropes. Lane 8.
Heat number 4.
Take your marks.
So in heat number 4, it is Samuel Holt who is the first to turn at the halfway point. Can he hold on to that advantage? Could we ask swimmers who are competing in the females 100-meter breaststroke to start to make their way down to marshalling, please, in preparation for those finals. So if we can ask swimmers who are competing in the female 100-meter breaststroke finals, we start, of course, with the 10 to 11 years, to start to make their way down to the marshalling area. Thank you. As we turn our attention back to the pool, with 25 meters to go. Good support coming from the crowd here. And at the moment in lane 6, Hayden Sanders from Bromley leading the way at the moment in lane 6, coming into the final few strokes for Sanders. 2:31.05 for Hayden Sanders. Charlie Red comes in 2:31.95. Yan Lee coming in third spot, 2:34.42.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes.
Heat number 5.
Take your marks.
So leading the way at the halfway point then in lane number 3, Azret Delanin, the 14-year-old from Bromley, 2:27.6. This is heat number 5 of 7 of this event. Can Delanin keep hold of that advantage? As we reach the 150 mark. 147.05 for Delanin in lane number 3. Johnston following closely behind, as is Charles Dunstan in lane number 2. Can Delanin hold on to that advantage into the closing stages? So final few strokes then for the Bromley swimmer, Azret Delanin in lane number 3. 2:25.78 for Delanin, and Joshua Scanlon coming in with a time of 2:32.26. Good 50 meters for the Greenwich Royals swimmer. And then Johnston coming in third spot.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes.
Lane number 1 from RTW Monson with a time of 2:32.6. As we move on to heat number 6.
Take your marks.
So this is the penultimate heat then of the event. Male 200 metre butterfly. Heat 6, only one heat remaining before we move into our 100 metre finals. As we approach the halfway point. Engzi Duan, the 17-year-old in lane 5, leading the charge at the moment, ahead of Sebastian Williams in lane 6 from Bromley. The two 17-year-olds out in front. Still leading the charge with Charlie King, his nearest competitor now in lane 4, the 16-year-old from Thanet Swimming. To the closing stages then of heat number 6. Engzi Duan, the 17-year-old, 2:16.3 was his entry time. It's been an impressive swim from the RTW Monson swimmer, and he comes in with a time of 2:16.01, beating his entry time. Ryan Dinev with a strong 50 metres, 2:20.01, 2:20.68 for Daniel Oliver. That wraps up 1, 2 and 3 in heat number 6.
Thank you, swimmers. Hold on to the lane ropes.
Heat number 7.
Take your marks.
So this is our final heat before we move on to the finals then. The final heat of this event of the 200 metre butterfly here at the Kent County Championships. We have Thomas Goldup in 0, Hayden Annan in 1, Finley Gillam in 2, Max El Mohagadam in 3, Albert Branch in 4, Archie Hawkins in 5, Tom Hawkins in 6, Liam Hamp in 7, Henry Norman in 8, and Michael Banks in lane number 9. Ages range from 19 to 16 in this one. Albert Branch, the quickest entry time on paper in this event, 2:04.7, the 19-year-old from Sevenoaks. And as I look across the pool, he is in charge of this heat. 1:18 for Albert Branch at the halfway point as the swimmers turn So with 50 metres to go, it is Branch who's still in control. 133.58. Tom Hawkins, his nearest challenger, 137.49. And with 25 metres to go, it's looking good for Albert Branch, who has been leading the way from the very start here in our final heat. And he comes into the closing stages with a commanding lead over the rest of the pool. Albert Branch, the 19-year-old from Sevenoaks, comes in 207.02 for Albert Branch. Tom Hawkins 211.53, and Hayden Annan comes in 112.85, but it's Albert Branch who's the quickest in heat number 7, and that wraps up the 200-metre butterfly.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
Well, that concludes our heats from session 3. We'll be moving on to our finals, and this is the part of the session where I want you to make as much noise as you can. Okay, it's now time for our first final. This is the female 10 to 11 years 100-metre breaststroke final. In lane 1, representing Eden Bridge, Eliza Smakash. In lane 1, representing Bromley, Alice Jarvis. In lane 2, representing Saxon Crown, Lila Gibb. In lane 3, representing Dartford, Ephraima Serena Odaya. In lane 4, representing White Oak, Charlie Hall. In lane 5, representing Gravesend, Anya Aguaro. In lane 6, representing Folkestone, Autumn McCann. In lane 7, representing Sevenoaks, Isabel Helson. In lane 8, representing Feversham, Charlotte Rogers. And in lane 8, representing Saxon Crown, Annie Allen. This is the female 10 to 11 years 100-metre breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
Well, here we go then, everyone. Let's make some noise for our finals, the 10 to 11 years 100-metre breaststroke final. It was Charlie Hall who was the quickest in the heats, 132.35. As we approach the halfway points of this 10 to 11 years 100 metre breaststroke final. And it is Charlie Hall who is in the lead, 45.06 as the swimmers turn and head back towards the finishing line. Can Charlie Hall hold off the rest of the pool and claim the gold medal in the 100 metre breaststroke final? 25 metres to go. It's still looking good for Charlie Hall, the 11-year-old from White Oak. There's a real battle on here for the second and third spots, those silver and bronze medals. But as we come into the closing stages of this first final, it's looking good for Charlie Hall. The silver medal is looking good for Autumn McCain in lane number 6. And in comes Charlie Hall, who claims the gold, 132.37. Autumn McCain, 134.85 with the silver. Afrima Serena Adaya comes in with a time of 136.58 and claims the bronze. What a start to these finals.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
It's now time for the 12 years 100 metre breaststroke final. In lane 1, representing Maidstone, Svalek Butcher-Sharon. In lane 1, from Beckenham, Isla Dali Allison. In lane 2, representing White Oak, Sonia Yang. In lane 3, representing Greenwich Royals, Isabel Healy. In lane 4, representing Erethan District, Ava Kane. In lane 5, from Bromley, Martha Rickard. In lane 6, from White Oak, Emily Fairhurst. In lane 7, from Saxon Crown, Ruth Allen. In lane 8, from Eden Bridge, Esme Cawthorne. And in lane 9, representing Bromley, Jada Yankee. This is the female 12 years 100 metre breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
And off we go then in this 12 years 100 metre breaststroke final. Ava Kane, 125.96. The quickest in the times in the heats, about 0.3 of a second quicker than Martha Rickard in lane number 5. This is the 12 years 100 metre breaststroke final. Well, it is Martha Rickard who is just ahead of Ava Kane at the halfway point as the swimmers turn with the finishing line in sight. Is it going to be Rickard? Is it going to be Kane? Is there going to be anyone else from the rest of the pool that's going to force their way into the gold medal spot? Just over 25 metres to go here at the LAC. Let's make some noise. Let's get behind these swimmers coming into the closing stages. They need your support. Well, it's certainly close as we look into the middle of the pool in lanes 3, 4 and 5. Isabel Healy, Ava Kane, Martha Rickard. Is it going to be Rickard? Is she just ahead of Ava Kane in lane number 4? Final few strokes. Who's going to get there? It is Martha Rickard. 0.2 of a second ahead of Ava Kane, and Isabel Healy comes in third. Martha Rickard, the gold goes to her, the swimmer from Bromley. Ava Kane takes silver. Isabel Healy with the bronze. A brilliant final.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
It's now time for the 13 years 100 meter breaststroke final. In lane 0, representing RTW Monson, Billy Balla. In lane 1, representing Beckenham, Chloe Shue. In lane 2, representing Edenbridge, Holly Calvert. In lane 3, from Bromley, Katie Miller. In lane 4, from Maidstone, Olivia Quiller. In 5, representing Sevenoaks, Jessica Evans. In lane 6, from Sevenoaks, Lola Bonner. In lane 7, from Maidstone, Isabel Savage. In 8, from Tonbridge, Amelia Fisher. And in lane 9, from Bromley, Jessica Long. This is the 13 years 100 meter breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
Well, as we're coming through the finals, it's quick and it's furious, and we need your swimmers for the open 100 meter backstroke. It starts at event 312, so if we can ask swimmers who are competing in the open 100 meter backstroke to make their way to marshalling, please. That would be very greatly appreciated. As we turn our attention to this 13 years final, Olivia Quiller from Maidstone, 117.94 in the heats. Considerably quicker to the rest of the pool, but I don't think it's going to be easy for her coming into the final 25 metres. There's going to be some pressure put on Quiller. Jessica Evans going well from Sevenoaks, trying to apply that pressure in the final few stages of this race. Quiller just fending her off at the moment. Final few strokes for Quiller and for Evans. And it looks like it's going to be the Maidstone swimmer who's going to claim the gold. Yes, she does. 117.93. In fact, it was almost exactly the same time she got in the heats. Jessica Evans, 119.51 with the silver. And Katie Miller takes home the bronze in the 13 years final.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
Here we go then. It is the 14 years 100 meter breaststroke final. In lane 0, representing Sevenoaks, Amelia Ashton. In lane 1, from Bexley, Emma Whiffin. In lane 2, from RTW Monson, Olivia Cooley. In lane 3, also from RTW Monson, Zoe Tollett. In lane 4, from Bromley, Josephine Lawn. In lane 5, from RTW Monson, Larry Williams. In lane 6, from Herne Bay, Isla Ross. In lane 7, from RTW Monson, Olivia Norley. In lane 8, from Sevenoaks, Lola Barra. And in lane 9, from RTW Monson, May Davis. This is the 14 years 100 meter breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
So just a further reminder for swimmers who are competing in the open 100 meter backstroke finals, can you please start to make your way to marshalling, please? They'll be upon us very quickly. So if you can make your way to marshalling if you're competing in the open 100 meter backstroke finals. Now also some results from the boys 200 meter butterfly. In the open, it was Albert Branch from Sevenoaks, 207.02, your heat declared winner in the open. In the junior, it was Max El-Mahakadam from RTW Manson with a time of 2:13.9. But as we turn our attention back to the pool for this 14 years 100 meter breaststroke final, with 25 meters to go. Josephine Lawn, 1:15.67, the quickest in the heats. Is she going to be the quickest in the pool in this 14 years 100 meter breaststroke? It's looking good for Josephine Lawn. The gold is going to the Bromley swimmer. The silver and bronze is up for grabs, but Josephine Lawn, 1:15.67. And Zoe Tollett takes the silver. Larry Williams with the bronze. And that is your gold, silver and bronze for the 14 years 100 meter breaststroke. And now we move swiftly on to the 15 years 100 meter breaststroke final. In lane 0, representing Herne Bay, we have Daniela Coles. In lane 1 from Beckenham, Jessica Shue. In 2 from Thanet Swimming Club, Poppy Taylor. In lane 3 from Greenwich Royals, Abby Nelson. In lane 4 from RTW Monson, Amelie Smith. In lane 5 from Sevenoaks, Imogen Miles. In lane 6 from Sevenoaks, Cara Neal. In lane 7 from Bromley, Mia Hughes. In lane 8 from Larkfield, Tabitha Bonner. And in lane 9 from RTW Monson, Lily Della. This is the 15 years 100 meter breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
So off we go then in the 15 years final. Amelie Smith already has had a really good day, securing good results in the 400 meter freestyle at a time of 4:27.22. That was in the girls 400 meter freestyle. She was the quickest in the pool in the heat in the 15 years age category, 1:12.92. And at the halfway stage, she is leading the way, 34.15, only 0.03 of a second ahead of Imogen Miles. Now can Miles put the pressure on coming into the final 25 meters of this final? Or can Smith just open up that gap and create a bit of breathing space coming into the closing stages of this 15 years 100 meter breaststroke final? Not long to go now. And it's a really good swim from Amelie Smith. She beats the time in her heat and she claims the gold, 1:11.83 ahead of Imogen Miles, 1:12.94. Cara Neal takes home the bronze in the 15 years 100 meter breaststroke final. It's now time for the 16 years 100 meter breaststroke final. In lane 0, representing Sevenoaks, Ruby Waller. In lane 1 from RTW Monson, we have Nightingale Ellis. In lane 2 from Greenwich Royals, we have Jessica Everett. In lane 3 from Beckenham, Olivia Dunn. In lane 4 from Sevenoaks, Scarlett Davey. In lane 5 from Faversham, Molly Fordyce. In lane 6 from Ashford School, Louisa Pollard. In lane 7 from Orpington, Charlotte Fields. In lane 8 from Black Lion, Danielle Legg. And in lane 9 from Herne Bay, Kayla Daly Valverde. This is the female 16 years, 100 meter breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
Well, off we go then in the 16 years 100 meter breaststroke final. Scarlett Davey from Sevenoaks, 1:16.66. 3 seconds ahead of Molly Fordyce in the heats. And can she replicate that form coming into the final as the swimmers approach the 50-meter mark? 36.04 ahead of Olivia Dunn in lane number 3 from Beckenham. Great support coming from the crowd as we have 25 meters to go. And at the moment, Scarlett Davey is going well in this final. The quickest in the heats is on course to be the fastest in this final. Molly Fordyce also just on course to claim that silver medal, but it is Scarlett Davey, 1:17.17. Gold for her. Molly Fordyce, 1:19.15. Olivia Dunn with the bronze medal in the 16 years 100 meter breaststroke. And we move swiftly on to the 17 years and over 100 meter breaststroke final. In lane 0, representing Black Lion, we have Amy Connor. In lane 1 from Greenwich Royals, Ella Louise Doyle. In lane 2 from Black Lion, Leah Watson. In lane 3 from Greenwich Royals, Natasha Greer. In lane 4 from Bexley, Lan Lee. In lane 5 from Dover, Molly Lown. In lane 6, also from Dover, Chloe Desoriro. In lane 7 from Black Lion, Jessica Goodwin. In lane 8 from Maidstone, Nicole Quiller. And in lane 9 from Saxon Crown, Erin O'Hara. This is the 17 years and over 100 meter breaststroke final.
Take your marks.
So this is our last final from the female 100 meter breaststroke. The 17 years and over. And Lee with the quickest time from Bexley coming into this one, 1:16.54. A mixture of ages, of course, in this one, 17 years and over, ranging from 17 to 19. As we reach the halfway point then. And it is the Bexley swimmer who is out in front, 36.49. About 600th of a second ahead of Molly Lown in lane number 5. Well, not long to go here in this 17 years and over 100 meter breaststroke final. And at the moment, Lan Lee is going well from Bexley. On course for the gold, and she will claim it with a time of 1:16.91. Molly Lown comes in for the silver, and it is in lane number 3. Natasha Greer from Greenwich Royals, who takes home the bronze. We now move to the open 10 to 11 years 100 meter backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Eden Bridge, we have Leo Heath. In lane 1, representing Saxon Crown, we have Lenny Lewis. In lane 2, from Beckenham, Eli Ginn. In lane 3, from Eden Bridge, Noah Jones. In lane 4, representing Dartford, Rocco Palin. In lane 5, from Tom Bridge, Ivan Gulick. In lane 6, from RTW Monson, Jax Marshall. In lane number 7, from RTW Monson, Kai Ingerfield. In lane 8, from Thanet Swimming, George Monks. And in lane 9, from Folkestone, Harry Staveley. This is the Open 10 to 11 years 100 metre backstroke final.
Take your marks.
And off we go then in the Open 10 to 11 years 100 metre backstroke final. Rocco Palin from Dartford, the quickest in the heats. Not by much though, this one was really tight in the heats. So we have 9 11-year-olds in this one. George Monks is the sole 10-year-old involved in this one. He qualified for the final with a time of 1:28.5. As we reach the halfway stage, it is Rocco Palin, 38.56. So 25 metres to go here. Well, it was close in the entry times. Is this going to be a close one in the pool in this final? Rocco Palin just opening up a nice gap here coming into the closing stages. Ivan Kulik in lane 5, Noah Jones in lane 3 going well. Coming into the final few strokes, it is Rocco Palin, 1:18.59. Ivan Kulik, 1:20.98, takes the silver. And Noah Jones claims the 3rd spot in the final, 1:23.53. Huge congratulations to Rocco Palin. We now move on to the 12 years 100 metre backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Bexley, we have Gabriel Pereira Gill. In lane 1, from Dover, we have Lawrence Scott. In lane 2, representing RTW Monson, Ho-Xing Yao. In lane 3, from Maidstone, Romeo Ball. In lane 4, representing Beckenham, Thomas de Cruz. In lane 5, representing Sevenoaks, Dane Rawkins. In lane 6, representing RTW Monson, Phoenix Clary. In lane 7, from Folkestone, Rohan Andrews. In lane 8, from Dover, Alex Scott. And in lane 9, representing Greenwich Royals, Dominicus Galnatius. This is the Open 12 years 100 metre backstroke final.
Take your marks.
Well, off we go then in the 12 years 100 metre backstroke final. Thomas de Cruz, the quickest, coming into this one with a time of 1:13.08. Nearly 2 seconds quicker than Dane Rawkins. Coming into this final, can Thomas de Cruz replicate that form from the heats into the final as we reach the 50-metre mark, and it is De Cruz who is ahead of Rawkins in lane 5, about 0.2 of a second separating the pair as the swimmers head back towards the finishing line. And it's looking good so far for Thomas De Cruz from Beckenham. 1:13.08 was his entry time. Coming into the final few metres then for the swimmers. De Cruz in lane 4. Is he going to take the gold? Yes, 1:12.54 ahead of Dane Rawkins. 1:13.48. Romeo Ball wraps up that top 3 with a time of 1:15.57. We now move on to the Open 13 years 100-metre backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Herne Bay, we have Elliot Hogburn. In lane 1, representing RTW Monson, Alexander Mielkowski. In lane 2, from Maidstone, Harrison Wilkins. In lane 3, representing White Oak, Charlie Brett. In lane 4, from Bromley, Hayden Sanders. In lane 5, from Sevenoaks, William Larter. In lane 6, from Sevenoaks, Oliver Ratchford. In lane 7, from White Oak, Jake Mock. In lane 8, representing Maidstone, Oliver Carr. And in lane 9, representing Greenwich Royals, Leo Maros. This is the Open 13 years 100-metre backstroke final. Thank you.
Take your marks.
So we are well underway then in this Open 13 years 100-metre backstroke. Hayden Sanders coming into this one with the quickest entry time, over 3 seconds ahead of his nearest challenger in lane 4. And at the halfway point, it is Sanders who leads the way. The swimmer from Bromley, William Larter, is currently in second spot, with Oliver Ratchford currently occupying third at the halfway points. But well, with about 10 or so metres to go, it's a really strong swim, this, from Hayden Sanders from Bromley. He is well on course for that gold medal in this final. And at the moment, silver is on his way for William Larter, but it is Hayden Sanders who takes home the gold. William Larter is in the silver spot, and wrapping up that top 3 with the bronze is Charlie Brett, who takes home the bronze.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
We now move on to the Open 14 years 100-metre backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Maidstone, we have Lane Tiendada. In lane 1, from Beckenham, we have Thomas Love. In lane 2, from Bromley, Otis Goldthorpe. In lane 3, from Saxon Crown, Ayatunde Dauda. In lane 4, representing Sevenoaks, we have Thomas Ellershaw. In lane 5, from Bromley, Henry Shepherd. In lane 6, from Bromley, Damien Dadkov. In lane 7, from RTW Monson, Rohan Bissett. In lane 8, from Sittingbourne, we have Tristan Linder. And in lane 9 from Greenwich Royals, Ben Negus. This is the Open 14 years 100 metre backstroke final.
Take your marks.
So this is the 14 years 100 metre backstroke final. 4 finals remain, including this one of what has been a brilliant first session of the weekend here at the LAC. Thomas Ellershaw with the quickest time in the heats, 106.56. And at the halfway stage, it is Ellershaw who leads, 32.2. Ahead of Ayatunde Dada in lane number 3, 32.9 for him. Henry Shepherd was in third at the halfway stage as they turn. 25 metres to go in this final. And at the moment, Ellershaw does have that advantage, but can Henry Shepherd close that gap coming into the final few strokes? Or has Ellershaw got the momentum to get him across the line? It's going to be close actually coming into the final few strokes, but it is Ellershaw who takes it. The Sevenoaks swimmer, 106.51 ahead of Henry Shepherd. With the silver, Ayatunde Dada claims the bronze medal. And that wraps up the 14 years 100 metre backstroke final. We now move on to the Open 15 years 100 metre backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Maidstone, we have Owen Bates. In lane 1 from Dover, Edward Williams. In lane 2 from RTW Monson, James Wright. In lane 3 from Beckenham, Oliver Goods. In lane 4 from Beckenham, Jeremiah Carnegie. In lane number 5 from Sevenoaks, Joshua Hill. In lane 6 from Bromley, Albert Brooks. In lane 7 from Herne Bay, Thomas Atkins. In lane 8 from Orpington, Aaron McCaggan. In lane 9 from Saxon Crown, Dara Brady. This is the Open 15 years 100 metre backstroke final.
Take your marks.
So just an announcement for the warm-up for our next session of the day. That will be at 12:50. 12:50. So Carnegie with the quickest time in the heats, 101.89. .25 metres to go, and it's looking good for the Beckenham swimmer in lane 4. He is clear of the rest of the pack, and the challenge is on for the silver and bronze. Joshua Hill, Oliver Good battling it out for those, but it is Carnegie who will take the gold medal. 101.92 for the Beckenham swimmer. Joshua Hill comes in and takes home the silver from Sevenoaks, and Oliver Good
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear
takes
the
home
ball
the
by the
bronze.
side.
Beckenham with gold and bronze. Next up, it is the Open 16 years 100 metre backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Maidstone, Harry Baster. In lane 1, from Bromley, James Belton. In lane 2, representing RTW Monson, Aubrey Armada Bennett. In lane 3, from RTW Monson, Max El Mohagadam. In lane 4, representing RTW Monson, Adam Bissett. In lane 5, representing Bromley, Michael Banks. In lane 6, representing Black Lion, Oscar Collier. In lane 7, from Larkfield, Daniel Harding. In lane 8, representing Dover, Lewis Head. And in lane 9, from Greenwich Royals, Joshua Scanlon. This is the Open 16 years 100 metre backstroke final.
Take your marks.
So we're underway in the 16 years 100 metre backstroke final. Aaron Bissett, 1 minute .98 in the heats, the quickest out of the lot in the pool at the moment as they reach the halfway stage. It is Aaron Bissett who is leading the way, under 30 seconds after the opening 50 metres, 29.87. The RTW Monson swimmers, they head back towards the finishing line. 25 metres to go. Aaron Bissett still going along very nicely in lane number 4. I don't think he'll be caught, but the silver and bronze is certainly on here. But Aaron Bissett, what a swim this is again from the RTW Monson swimmer. 1 minute .45, with Oscar Collier coming in to take home the silver, and then Michael Banks with the bronze in our penultimate final of the session.
Thank you, swimmers. Please clear the pool by the side.
It's now time for the Open 17 years and over 100 metre backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Sevenoaks, Tate Pritchie Cooper. In lane 1, from White Oak, Vince Mock. In lane 2, from Gravesend, Thomas Long. In lane 3, from Bromley, Henry Norman. In lane 4, representing RTW Monson, Dennis Milakoski. In lane 5, representing Thanet, Oliver Pope. In lane 6, representing RTW Monson, Tom Hawkins. In lane 7, from Bromley, Brian Dinev. And in lane 8, from Black Lion, Marcus Richards. And in lane 9, from Larkfield, Jack Brown. This is the Open 17 years and over 100 metre backstroke final.
Take your marks.
So our last final of the session. Let's make some noise then, LAC, and let's get behind the swimmers in the pool for this one. You've been brilliant all morning. Mielkowski with the quickest time, 58.37 ahead of Oliver Pope, 59.76. Those were the only two swimmers in the heats to go under that 1 minute mark. And it is those two who are battling out once again here in the pool with 25 metres to go. Mielkowski in lane 4, Pope in lane 5. At the moment, it is the RTW Monson swimmer who has the advantage. Can Pope close the gap coming into the final few strokes? Are we going to get a photo finish here in the final stages? Oh, and it is. Miłkowski who takes it with a time of 58.6. Ahead of Oliver Pope, who is in second, and then Henry Norman with the bronze medal in the final. And that wraps up session number 3 here at the Kent County Championships 2024 here at the LAC. Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you very much, officials, for all your fantastic work so far. You may now leave. So just a reminder that for swimmers and coaches that the warm-up for our next session will get underway at 12:50. 12:50. So I've just been handed a phone from